Boom, boom, bam. Welcome back to another edition of the Great Debate Show. I'm your host, Uncle JJ. And as always, I got something to say. And today I'm giving you AFC East, NFC East predictions in the NFL. This shouldn't take long either because, the reason why I wanted to start with this division in particular is because I think it's kind of the more predictable division on both conferences, on both sides. I think everybody kind of knows Buffalo's winning the AFC East. Nothing has happened in that division to make us change our minds. And then as far as the NFC East, well, you'd think the Eagles will be the best, but then again, for 20 years straight, there has never been a team in that division to win the division in consecutive years. So let's see if I am going to finally break this streak or if I will let this streak continue. Happy Labor Day, kings and queens. I hope all is well with you. Hope you're having a magnificent Monday, a magnificent Labor Day. And we won't hold you. I won't hold you long. I'm going to go ahead and get in and get out. I understand people are probably still visiting with family and friends, or they're on the road heading back home or about to be. It's almost checkout time. It is checkout time for some people, depending on where you are. Wherever you are, no matter where you are, and however you may be watching, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me right now. So I just want to say I really do appreciate that. The Great Debate Show is available on all streaming platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, and now Twitch. All you have to do is just type in The Great Debate Show. And when you find it, you're going to see me in between two other brothers, even though I don't really have those brothers by my side anymore. But if you see that picture of The Great Debate Show, I probably got to change my profile too. But if you see that, it's us, it's me. Click on it, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. Follow on TikTok. That way, if you subscribe on the YouTube channel, even if you miss these live streams, I'll still be able to pop up on your screen in the algorithm, because you can just come back and watch it later when you get off of work or during your lunch hour or during your gym time, your jog, or whatever it may be. You can still get it if you follow the Great Debate Show on YouTube. You gotta subscribe. They do not let you just go back and look at TikTok videos. The only thing you can go back and look at is the reels that I put up. And those are up also daily. You want to see other content from the Great Debate Show to decide if you think this show is worth subscribing to, just go to the YouTube channel once again and go under the live section, and you will see all kinds of videos. I've been cooking for the past 5 months. And not that it's a slow process with getting these subs and getting these people to follow, but the community that I have built here at the Great Debate Show, I just want to say I thank you all. I love you all. You're like family to me. You allow me to come in here daily and talk football, basketball, college, and even wrestling, boxing, UFC. But I've never really found any friends since I've been an adult to really talk wrestling. And you all let me do that. So I really do appreciate it. A lot of people have subscribed because they see that I do football and wrestling, and they can't believe it. And then I look up and find some Niner fans as well. All right, I just wanted to give people time to come on in. Class is in session, y'all. Get a seat, take a load off, and I'm about to give you my predictions. Before I give you the predictions of the AFC East and the NFC East, I started to wait until Thursday. It seemed more fitting to wait till Thursday because, well, we got the Cowboys and the Eagles on Thursday night. So I was going to finish it with them. But again, as I said, I think this is just so predictable. I wanted to get the easy stuff out of the way. And the unpredictable is kind of like the NFC North, the NFC West, maybe some would say. Maybe even the AFC South. Some of these divisions are a little bit unpredictable. The AFC West and the NFC West, both of them could be wide open this year. So I figured I'd just kind of wait. I'll start from the East Coast and I'll work my way over to the West Coast. All right, y'all, this past weekend, we've been doing some talking. I came in on Friday night, did SmackDown post-show. I came in on Sunday morning and talked about college football, Arch Manning and his terrible game at Ohio State. It was against Ohio State, though. I do still have a theory that Texas can play like a #1 team in the nation, and Arch Manning can be a top 3 draft pick and go to the Dallas Cowboys. And when I get through with this NFC East predictions, you'll understand a little bit more why I'm going to hold on to that theory. Grand Rising, Kings and Queens. Happy Labor Day. I want to say hello to OCCG. He's usually the first person in here every day, and I appreciate you, CG. He says, "What's up, Unc? We out of school today, and I just got out of football, so I get to watch you. That's a great thing. Glad you're here." Barnacle in the building says, "What's up, Unc? The Jets will go 2-15 this year and will secure Nepo Manning." I'm about to talk about Nepo Manning in a minute, and it's not the Jets that I think is going to be drafting him. But thank you for the comment, and I'm glad you're here, Barnacle. Thank you so much, brother. And I think you're wrong, too, about the Jets. I'm doing the East in a minute, so I'm going to explain why. And again, why did you say the Jets, Barnacle? You're not a Jets fan, are you? Why did you say the Jets? Or did you just want to talk about Manning? Let's see. Let's see here. Oh, check your email when you can. I did not do that. I didn't think anybody was going to actually send me anything. But I sure will, brother. What's up to Giovanni? Giovanni in the building. Says, "Hello, how are you?" Okay. I should have read that out to myself before I read that out loud. Hello to you, Giovanni. And thank you for the comment, I think. Barnacle says, "The U won." They did. Great game last night in Miami, the Hurricanes versus Notre Dame. Everything about that game was good except for Michael Irvin. I just wish he would sit his ass down. And he just was on the camera way too much, in my opinion. Somebody texted me and said, "We get sick of Jerry Rice ass at the 49er games all the time, too." And I said, well, all right, but I mean, I guess you got me there, but he doesn't be acting like that. And Jerry Rice is not even allowed on the sidelines. Michael Irvin was all on the sideline last night. That was a good game, though. Hey, I got another one wrong, man. I told y'all I ain't been watching college football lately. This is my first year getting back into college football. And I lost. I thought that Marcus Freeman, it was a biased opinion, but I thought he would get the Fighting Irish the victory. But nope, they pretty much was down, had to come back, came back, and still lost. Good win for the U. Now, what does this say about the college football rankings for this week? And Notre Dame was number 6. What will they be now after losing to a number 10 Miami Hurricanes? Alabama was number 8. They lost to my Florida State Seminoles. That was a beautiful, beautiful Saturday for me. We were not even in the top 25. We probably will be now. Can't wait to see what that rankings looks like. What's up to KK and Jennifer Parks? Hi, Jennifer. Thank you for speaking. KK says, "Yo, what's up with you?" Hello to Jennifer. Hello to KK. Also to Not Clanker. Not Clanker. I think I'm saying that right. Gentlemen, I have come to say C word. Okay. Jennifer Park says, "Hi again." Thank you, Jennifer. Hi to you. KK says, "I am done from the basketball game and I dropped 37 points. And now I get to watch you." Well, damn, you're having a great Labor Day. 37? Damn. What do you play? What position you playing? That's 37 points is pretty damn good on any level. I'll tell you that, though, for sure. What's up to We Make Lures in the building also? Okay, I like this. Hello, man. How have you been? Man, I'm new, but I love to spread the positivity. The positivity, man. How's your holiday going? And I hope you're having a blessed morning. Man, I am. And thank you for saying those kind words. Very positive, man. That's good. I thank you. And happy Labor Day to you, too. King and queens. I don't know exactly what or who, who you are, but king or queen. Happy Labor Day to you. Snitched Terminator in the building. Okay. Let's keep it pushing. Notre Dame won't drop far. They lost a close game on the road. That is true, Andy. Thank you for the comment, Andy. I hope you're right, too, because I like Notre Dame for whatever reason. Their helmets are so shiny and gold, and they got a great coach, great young black coach at that, or black and whatever he is. I like it. And he's just whatever he's selling, the team seems to be buying it. They needed that win, though. They did not get it, but you're right. I don't think it really will hurt them that much. Barnacle said that comeback for Notre Dame had me shaking in my boots for a little bit. Interesting, you think the Jets will do better than trash. Can't wait to hear about it. I'm about to do it in a moment. Brandon B., Bill Belichick first game is tonight as the Tar Heels. What's your thoughts? Can't wait to see it. And the GOAT is going to be in the building, too. North Carolina, Chapel Hill, Michael Jeffrey Jordan will be in attendance tonight. So, yeah. We're gonna see what Grandpa Bill is gonna do tonight as he makes his collegiate debut. Who are they playing again, though? I don't remember. Brandon B says hi, and thank you for the comment. Also, Barnacle. Brandon B said, oh no, I read that one already. B, who you got? Who you got winning that game though? Of course, my friend, I'm going to head out. I really do hope you have a blessed day, and I'll sub, but ignore anyone saying anything negative, G. You look fresh. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And that's what I do. I try my best. I try my best to definitely ignore that. Appreciate it. Love Memphis? Do you really? You mean the team or the city? Neither one of them are really much to brag about these days, to be honest with you. I saw the top 10 list as far as roughest and worst cities to live in as far as crime. For surprisingly, Chicago didn't even make the list. But we're now number one again. I'm sure that makes a lot of people in Orange Mound and South Memphis and North Memphis right now pretty happy. The YNs, I mean. But yeah, we're number one. And again, not a good thing. All right. Andy says TCU. That's who it is. That's right. The old Horned Frogs. Man, I hope Belichick gets a win, man. Let's see what they're about. I don't know what to expect if they lose and get blown out. Are we gonna say, I knew he wasn't gonna be good, or are we gonna overreact? Or are we even expecting much from Bill Belichick tonight? I don't know, we'll see. All right, I gotta get to my TikTok family because they are always deep in here, y'all. Thank you, YouTube, and I'm gonna come back to y'all shortly. Now let me speak to some of my kings and queens here. Happy Labor Day to everybody on TikTok. For the fam, thank you for joining. John Slater, T. Goody, Ramir, Steve, Carter Gandy, Frederick Morto, Aiton Accord, Calvin Butcher, Zach Wilson, Ramir Douglas, Jamie Owen, Timothy 88, Victor Cuts, Tone Lokes OG, I don't know, says hi and thank you for liking the live. I don't know. JC, Southpaw Hat Company. All right. Hey, speaking of Southpaw, we're getting closer to Crawford and Canelo. We're 13 days away, 12 days away. It's next Saturday. Bob says hi. Hello to you, Bob. JC, Mark Cook, Michelle Hughes. Do I start Xavier Worthy or Chubb Hubbard at my flex week 1? Let's go with Chubb. Michael Hughes, thank you for the gift badger. What's up, the Flapjack? Hello, it's my birthday. What? This year? Can I get a shout out, please? Flapjack, happy birthday at some point this year. All right, Flapjack. Bang Bang Niner Gang says Roger Timms. Bang Bang, Raj. What's happening? You see how I done that? Y'all probably too young to even know. You probably didn't even catch that metaphor. Raj from What's Happening? Anyway, thank you, Raj, and bang, bang to you. YB is in the building, said, Ja is my GOAT. Well, I wish he would start playing like a real GOAT. I'll fuck with him, but, man, I need him to do better. But then again, if you all been watching Uncle JJ, y'all know, here on the Great Debate Show, I'm very critical of my teams. Very critical of my teams and certain players that I'm very fond of. I expect the very best out of them. Just like everybody expects the best out of us when we report to work or when we do what we do at home, around the house, whatever it may be. So we have to expect these people to be great too. And they make a lot of damn money not to be. But thank you for the comment, YB. Let's see what Ja does this season. I won't be a season ticket holder this year. Fuck that. Jayden Daniels is in the building. Hey, is that really you? He said JD5 is better than Brock. Duh. But let's let them play a little bit more, though, before we just, put them in the Hall of Fame. I fuck with JD5, though. Still Dre is in the building. Of course you are. What's up, Dre? Grand Rising, brother. He also says, go Notre Dame. I was going for him last night, but they lost. But I'm a Seminole, so I'm supposed to go against the Hurricanes. Okay, what's up to 10, 10, 10 or something like that? Let's see here. Steel Dre, what's up again? Manny G says Bills Nation. Okay. David Corona, I'm a Niners fan. Me too. Bang, bang, David. Thank you for joining me. I hope you stick around. I've got some good predictions coming up here. Notre Dame offensive line got exposed, says M. Rob. That it did. That it did. What did you think of their quarterback, though? Let's see here. How you feeling about the Niners game this week? I feel all right, I guess. It just depends on what happens with JJ, a.k.a. Jawan Jennings this week and whatnot. Let's see here. Pixar, does TCU win? Man, I'm going to go for Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels just because the GOAT's going to be in the house tonight. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You see him down here? Yeah, they say he's going to be in the house tonight. That's my dog. Brian Miller says, bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Brian. Right back at you. We got a lot of haters in here this morning, y'all. So y'all stand up and represent. Read the comments. Got plenty of haters in here already. Brandon J says TCU. Okay. Free says 49ers going 10-7 this year. I hope you're right, Free. I'll take 10-7. Even though I said 11-6, that ain't too far off. That's not too shabby at all. All right, get that out of my way here. What am I doing with this? Hey, classic. Anyway, okay. Jay Carpenter, love the Grizz hat. 9-on-1, baby. Okay, we got Memphis in the building. Thank you. It's about time I popped up in y'all's algorithm. I hope you follow Jay Carpenter, and I hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. That way you won't miss any of the content. Thank you again for the compliment. Manny Ramirez, bang, bang, Niner gang. Jeffrey Denny joined also. So my Niner Empire's in the building. We back. We better than ever, baby. We up in this bitch. And let's get this show started, okay? Tar Heels plus the GOAT going to be there too. Didn't know that? Yes, B. That's right. The GOAT's going to be in the house. I got the funniest feeling that they're going to start treating some of these Tar Heel games as if it's a Laker game or a Knick game, I think all the stars are going to come out. I forgot some of the people names, but I heard Michael Jordan, and that's all I needed to hear. So, yeah, we're going to see how that goes tonight. Okay, y'all, I'm going to start with the AFC first because, well, it's pretty damn easy. Manny Ramirez says quest for 6. We still on that quest. I'm so tired of saying that, though, y'all. I promise to God, I'm so tired of saying that. I'm so ready to start saying quest for 7. And I could say quest for 7 for the rest of my life until the day I die. But if I could just get 6, I'd be a happy man. I'm tired of saying quest for 6. Let's just get that 6. My son is a rookie for the Titans. He made the final 53. Any chance for them to be better? It's a good chance for them to be better. And when I get to the AFC South and the NFC South predictions on tomorrow, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, that's tomorrow. So follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel just in case you can't make the live stream. Follow everybody. Please go to the YouTube channel and follow and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. That way you will not miss the content. Tomorrow is the AFC and NFC South, and you'll be surprised what I say about the Titans. Jay Carpenter, who is your son? My brother is a diehard Titan fan here in Memphis, and, well, he would like to know. I would like to know. And again, congrats. Congrats on that. He made the team. He could be on a practice squad. He could be selling insurance or some cars right now. If he made the team, that's what's up, brother. Jay Carpenter said, I'll check you out. Thank you. And thank you for that #1 gifter badge. Gunnar Helm. All right, we're going to be looking him up, man. Let me screenshot that. I sure am. Gunnar Helm. Interesting. I don't know what position that is, but I'll find out if you don't tell me. He's a tight end. Okay. Okay. Wow. Bro, if you're watching, and I don't think you're on here yet, got someone in the audience who just joined the Great Debate Show community. His son is playing tight end for the Tennessee Titans. I think your son is going to have I think he's going to be able to make the most of his opportunities if he can get some snaps, get some reps, because your quarterback may be Rookie of the Year, or your son's quarterback. I have high expectations for Cam Ward. Nobody else seems to, so somebody has to. Joseph said, my uncle is Eli Manning. Oh, wow. Well, I'm surprised you're here because, well, I didn't talk so good about Arch the other day. But again, it was just one game. I call it as I see it. I'm really not even bad on Arch. I'm bad on the media. I'm really blaming Paul Feinbaum and all of those cats who just hyped him the hell up. But again, he'll throw for 3 touchdowns, 300 yards against San Jose State, and we can all give him the Heisman Trophy again. Is Eli really your uncle, man? Really? If so, hey, man, congratulations. Let a brother hold something. Could you support the Great Debate Show, brother? Please. Brother, please. Okay, all right, let's get it going. He had a good preseason, fingers crossed. I'm praying for you, brother. Good luck. Mr. J. Carpenter, good luck. All right, y'all. Let me do what I do. Let me get to it. B. Wayne says, what up, though? You? I hope all is well and happy Labor Day to all you kings and queens. Barnacle said that week 1 Patriots versus Raider game is going to be a good one. It is, because Josh McDaniels wants a piece of that Raider ass. And where is my guy Raider Drock? I haven't saw him in a while. I want to know what he thinks about that week 1 game. Let's get to it then, man. Shall we? Here we go. Here we go. Is there anything else that I wanted to talk about in other news? No, I'll do that later. It ain't a whole lot anyway. All right, AFC East. Come on, damn it. Okay. Laptop acting a little crazy right now. Thank you. Shoot. Okay. Well, y'all, I looked at the schedules. And again, when I give y'all these records, you got to understand, I'm giving you these records for 1 and 2 reasons. 3 reasons. First of all, don't believe everything I say based off of football knowledge. Even though I have football knowledge, you all have football knowledge, everything that I'm going to say is not going to be based off football. Some of it is going to be based off what I think the storyline will be on the next day, on that Monday morning in the mainstream media. Some of it will be my conspiracy theories. As you know, sometimes it looks like it's real, but I'm a gambler at times, and sometimes I know this shit is rigged. I also will make predictions based off of, just who's on the highs and lows. It's football on any given Sunday. Yeah, the Giants are supposed to lose week 1 in Washington, but it doesn't mean like Washington won't lose week 1 against the Giants, because everybody's going to bet that the Giants are going to lose. Well, those will be some of the reasons why I may say some things a bit unhinged. It don't mean your unk needs to be drug tested. It just means that I'm trying to, how can I put it? I'm trying to see if I can predict what their script will be, because I think everything every year is a fucking script. Just like the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift bullshit that we see all the time, the PR stunts that they do all the time, the referees and the officiating that seems to always favor the Chiefs, and nobody says a thing or does a thing, no matter who it is that they're, like not throwing flags for or whatever. It's just like, why are the officials never being disciplined? Why are they never held accountable? And I think a lot of the reasons is simple. Because they're doing what they're told to do. Just like that. B. Wayne says he's my uncle too. Oh, come on now. Everybody's got an uncle now. Eli is everybody's uncle. Is this? Are you talking about Eli too, B. Wayne? This never came up. You've been here many a times. Stan Don Biz is in the building. I've never seen him before. Welcome to the Great Debate Show community, and happy Labor Day to you, brother. He said instantly subscribe, bro. 100. Well, that makes me feel good. Thank you, brother. I've had some people admit that they've waited 30 days before they subscribe to me. So thank you so much, man. I don't know what I said, but I'm glad I said it to make you subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay. Welcome to the show, Stan. He also says, I'm just trying to be on the right side of the rig in my motto. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Okay. AFC East. Let's get to it, y'all. AFC East. I looked at the schedule. I don't want to pull up the schedule right now and go over it. I don't think that's necessary. If y'all would just take my word for who's going to win and why I say they're going to win. You just take my word for it. Let's see here. Okay. we know who's going to win this, so I'll start at the top. The Buffalo Bills. All right, is that a surprise? Josh Allen, as long as he plays, which he always does, he's pretty durable. I don't think Josh Allen has missed a game in his NFL career. I really don't. And if that's the case, then, well, that says everything. Their defense is always kind of up and down. I think they at times let Josh Allen down. But one thing about Josh Allen, he never lets us down. He never lets his team down. He never lets the Bills Mafia down. And for whatever reason, man, we all still kind of hope that the Bills, I mean, of course, when your team is no longer, in the playoffs, or if they're not in the running and they're just bad, everybody still kind of roots for the Bills because, well, they're the only team we know to lose 4 straight Super Bowls. The only team that we know to do that. So, the Buffalo Bills are going to win the AFC East. I don't think that's a surprise to anyone. I've got them winning 12 games at least, and I'm being as realistic as I can be. They're probably going to win 13, but I'm going to say 12-5. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. 1 second, y'all. Trying to grab something. Okay. Fuck it. Where did it go? Okay, so yeah, I got the Bills winning. I got the Bills 12-5. I think that's pretty easy, right? I don't know if they're going to sign Gabe Davis or not, but they probably will. And even if they don't, they added Joey Bosa. Let's see if he'll be better than Von Miller. They got absolutely nothing from Von Miller when they had him for however many seasons. He was either injured or just not productive. I don't know how he's going to do in Washington, but we'll get to them in a moment. I got the Bills at 12-5. My number 2 team in the AFC East is going to be a surprise to you. And I hope that I still have Barnacle in here because Barnacle said that they're going to be 2-15. B. Wayne said Joe Burrow got the Bills' work phone and mobile number. Joe Burrow's a bad boy, man. And I think they do play each other this year, too. I think that's one loss that I have for the Buffalo Bills. I think Joe Burrow will come into Buffalo and get that win. I think it's probably like mid-season or something. My number 2 team in the AFC East, after the Bills being 12-5, give me the New York Jets. I know y'all saying, Unc, what about Drake May and the Patriots? Everybody's got the Patriots coming in at number 2. Some people think they're going to finish number 1. Not me. I'm about to explain. Y'all, regardless of what Justin Fields does, and I think we're focused on Justin Fields a little bit too damn much. Barnacle said, do not say the Jets. I said the Jets, baby. I did. Stan Don says, I'm still in that. Okay. Barnacle saying, no. Oh, that hurts. Why? Who's your team, Barnacle? Who's your team? Dolphins? Who was that saying that they hoped I picked the Dolphins to win the division or whatever? Was that you, Barnacle? Yeah, I got the Jets finishing at 10-7. Now, it could be 9-8, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I think the Jets could be, from looking at their schedule, they could be anywhere from 9-8 or 11-6. Why? Well, let's just stop focusing on Justin Fields so much. All right? We know Justin Fields is, much better with his legs than he is with his arm. But Aaron Glenn is a guy who is going to try to hide Justin Fields and his flaws as much as he can. Kind of like what Steve Sarkisian was doing Saturday with Arch Manning. I think that Aaron Glenn, I don't know who the offensive coordinator is right now, but I know it's not that bum that Aaron Rodgers handpicked to come over there, Nathaniel Hackett. So they have to be a little bit more better. I think this person will be competent, whoever it is, and maybe somebody can tell me. But I think that the Jets are going to run the ball right up and down people's throats, whether it works or not. They're going to be the most stubborn, bullish football team in the league. They're not coming off their run, but here's the thing. If you can run the ball successfully, and if you have a defense, that's a recipe for success. And the Jets have talent. They still got Breece Hall and somebody else in the backfield. Justin Fields is somebody else you can count as a running back in the backfield, even though he's the cornerback. There will be a lot of plays and packages set up for him designed to run the ball, and they will get the most out of him. Something that so-called offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh couldn't do. What's his name? Who cares? He's overrated. And he got a name for himself because he was calling plays for Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown in Tennessee. And now he went to Atlanta. He went to Atlanta, failed as a head coach, and now he's in Pittsburgh. I can't think of his name right now, but y'all know the OC in Pittsburgh. I think this will be better for Justin Fields now that he got away from all of that. This is probably crazy to say. He's with the Jets, but out of the Steelers and the Bears, this may be the best legit team, or I should say, like, no BS. The offensive line is better. The blocking will be better. This is probably the best that it'll be for him since he's gotten in the NFL, since he's been in the NFL. They've still got Garrett Wilson. They've got some studs still on defense. Garrett Wilson is paid. Sauce Gardner is paid. They still got some guys that can play ball, y'all. And I think that the Jets are going to squeeze out 10 games. Maybe I should pull up the schedule right quick and I could explain a little bit better. How about I do that? I got the Patriots at number 3. Yes, just a game behind the Jets. And I could be wrong. This could go either way because I got the Jets at 10-7 and I have the Patriots at 9-8. I looked at the schedules though, y'all, and that's what I see. That's what I see. Let's look at it one more time. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay. Now, the first 2 games, I know people are probably already saying, they're going to go 0-2. Well, I don't think so. I think the Jets have week 1 circled in red. You know? Like, seriously. They host the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, the first 2 games are at home. Even though they're tough games, they're at home. They played the Pittsburgh Steelers on week 1. And I think they beat Aaron Rodgers. I think they just can't wait to come in there and beat his ass and say, you the one who made the last 2 years a living hell. Now, this season, they had no hype. They have no hype at all. There's no talk. There's no drama. No nothing. They're quiet. They're under the radar. This is exactly where Aaron Glenn wants his team to be. And I just think what he did with the Lions, I think he's going to be successful. Y'all think Ben Johnson is going to be successful in Chicago, then why can't Aaron Glenn be successful with the Jets? I mean, Justin Fields is serviceable, and I think he'll get better as the season progresses. And he's got a little talent now. He didn't have any talent with the Steelers, and dude can't call plays. All right, okay? So I'm going to say the Jets get the upset win week 1 against the Steelers, and then week 2, Buffalo comes to town. Now, I know everybody thinks that's a loss, but the Jets are better at home against Buffalo. Remember when Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles week 1? He was waving the flag. He marched out. It was like, oh, shit, the Jets are going to the Super Bowl. He got hurt after, the 3rd or 4th snap. And the Jets still somehow found a way to win that game at home against Buffalo with Zach Wilson, or whoever that was. I think it was Zach Wilson. Justin Fields is a little better than Zach Wilson. I think that the Bills, coming off of that week 1 high, because they've got to play the Baltimore Ravens on a Sunday night to open up the season, they're going to put so much effort into beating them. If they beat them, I think they will. Because Lamar Jackson's got to stop beating these teams in the regular season. So I'm going to say maybe this year he saves those wins for the postseason. So I'm going to say Buffalo wins week 1 against Baltimore, and then they come to the Jets feeling a little laxed, a little complacent, and they may just kind of, underestimate the Jets. I got the Jets going 2-0 to start the season. Upsetting the Steelers at home, upsetting the Bills at home. I know y'all won't agree, but that's just my pick. Thank you, Arthur fucking Smith. Thank you, Brandon B. He's trash. Anybody think the Steelers going to be good this year? I think you don't really know much about Arthur Smith. The dude made a living off of Derrick Henry. And they talk about, oh, he's play action. When he got play action, he's good. No, when he's got King Henry in the backfield, he's good. He ain't had that motherfucker in a while. How good has he been since? Thank you. Okay, I got the Jets going 2-0, beating the Steelers and the Bills, only because they're at home against the Bills, and the Bills are going to be coming off of a tough game against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, week 3, they lose at Tampa Bay. Week 4, they win as they go to Miami against the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins are going to be too good, y'all. Let's see. Week 5, they host the Cowboys. That's a win. They host the Broncos. loss. They host the Panthers, win. They go to Cincinnati, loss. They host the Browns, win. They go to the Patriots. I guess I'll give them a loss on that one. They go to the Ravens, that's a loss. They go to, let's count these. Let's make sure I count them. I said 2-0. The Buccaneers is one loss. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Cowboys. They lose to the Broncos. That's 2 losses. Then they come home and they beat the Panthers. They lose to the Bengals on the road. They beat the Browns. They lose to the Patriots on the road. They lose to the Ravens on the road. They go back home and I think they beat the Atlanta Falcons. They stay at home and they play the Dolphins. That's another win. They go to Jacksonville. I think that's another win. They go to New Orleans. I think that's another win against the Saints. Then they come back home and they play the Patriots. I think they split with the Patriots, y'all. That's another win. And they finish the season at Buffalo. That's a loss. So really, I've got 6 losses. Let me run it back again. Let me find a 7th loss then. Let's just say they do lose to the Bills. Then there's your 7 losses. If they get swept by Buffalo, even though they're really good at Buffalo at home. They're really good against Buffalo at home. But let's just say they do go 1-1 instead of 2-0. That's the only one that I can say, they'll lose. I think they beat the Cowboys. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Dolphins. I think they sweep the Dolphins. They beat the Browns. They'll split with the Patriots. They'll beat the Falcons at home. They'll beat the Jags. They'll beat the Saints. Come on, y'all. Do y'all hear 11, 12 losses? I don't. Give me 10-7 for the Jets. They finished number 2 in the AFC East. Now the Patriots. I'm going to explain to you why I have them at number 3. And again, number 2 and 3. It can be very, very, very tricky. Very tricky. All right? Let me put this in real quick. New England Patriots 2025 schedule. Okay. Now, week 1, I think Josh McDaniels going to want all the smoke with the Raiders. Biggest cards. 100 said, bunch of haters in here. Who they hating on, man? Ain't no telling. Me, my team, ain't no telling. I hate the Steelers and their downfall is going to be so sweet. Everybody hates Chris. I like that. Okay. Had to stop and read some of that. But they are not beating the Cowboys. Stop. Of course you would say that, Smitty G. The Jets are going to beat the Cowboys, bruh. I think they will. Yeah, I think they will. I think the Cowboys are going to lose a lot of games, Smitty G. But, hey, we can agree to disagree. Give me what your team's record's going to be then. B. Wayne said, loving the Jets, Jets. WWE NXT tomorrow, Trick Williams. That's true. Hello to you, WWE Merle. Okay, here's the Patriots schedule. I got them coming at number 3, but I'm telling you, this is just a game apart. So, even though I got the Patriots at 9-8, they could easily be 10-7, and the Jets could be 9-8. We'll see. It's going to be real tight. Week 1, I think the Patriots win against the Raiders at home. Josh McDaniels is going to be calling all kind of plays. He's going to be in his Madden playbook because he wants to beat the team that fired him. 1-0. Then they go to Miami. I'll say 2-0. Then they host the Steelers. I'm going to say that's probably 2-1. They host the Panthers. That's a win. 3-1. They go to Buffalo. That's a loss. 3-2. They go to New Orleans. That's a win. 4-2. They go to Nashville to play the Titans. This is Mike Vrabel's return to Tennessee. I think the Titans are going to be better than what people think. I think they're going to show up Vrabel and get the win. That's 3 losses for the Patriots. They'll beat the Browns at home. They'll beat the Falcons at home. They go to Tampa Bay. That's a loss. They play the Jets at home. I'll give them that win. They go to Cincinnati. That's a loss. They play the Giants at home. Y'all, I think the Giants will upset the Patriots on December 1st because, well, it's December. And I think Thibodeau, Burns, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, I think those guys are going to be better than what people think. The Giants will already be kind of showing us they're on their way. And they're going to arrive in 2026. They'll be making their statement by then. I think the Patriots lose. That's an upset for the Giants. That's 6 losses. Then they got the Bills coming into town. That's 7 losses. They got to go to Baltimore to play the Ravens. That's 8 losses. They go to the Jets. That's 9 losses. And then they play the Dolphins, and I think that's a win. So that's 8 and 9. That can't be right. I said I got them at 9 and 8. So let's see here. Which game am I giving them that I probably shouldn't give them? I think they beat the Dolphins at home. They lose to the Ravens. They lose to the Bills. I got them losing to the Giants and the Bengals, the Buccaneers, the Titans. Maybe they do split with the Patriots. That's probably what I was off at. So I'm going to keep it at 6 losses. They probably can beat the Steelers at home too. So I'm going to give them that win too. So nah, I take that back. What about the Panthers coming to New England? I'll give the Patriots that win too. I'm going to say they lose to the Steelers. They lose to the Bills. They lose to the Titans, Buccaneers, Bengals, Giants, Ravens, Jets. 8 losses, 9 and 8. That's where I got them. Now, I know some of these are a toss-up, but I don't think they can beat the Bengals in Cincinnati. I do think the Giants will be better by December. I don't think they go to Baltimore and win. I don't think they beat the Jets in New York. I'm not sure if they'll beat the Jets at home because the Jets are going to be stout on defense. The Patriots spent money, y'all, in free agency, but I mean, a lot of times teams do that. They usually are not that good. I'm not a big fan of Mike Vrabel. I mean, I like him, but he's not that good of a coach. I mean, what did he do in Tennessee? I got 9 and 8, y'all. That's what I see. What do you all see? I got them at 9 and 8. And then we got the Dolphins. And man, boy, I wanted to give the Dolphins second or third place. But when I looked at the schedule, I'm like, well, y'all, I just couldn't see it. And I still think Tyreek Hill will get traded by the trade deadline because I think their season will be over with by the time we get to that point. Reason being, here's the schedule. Week 1, I think they win in Indianapolis. I guess. It depends on how Daniel Jones looks. But I'm going to give them the win at Indianapolis. Week 2, the Patriots come in. Maybe they even beat them. I think they'll split with them. So that's 2-0. All right? Looking okay. And then it starts to get ugly. They go to Buffalo. We know that's a loss. Then it's a primetime game, September 18th. That's probably a Thursday night, it looks like it. That's a loss. 2-1. They host the Jets. I think the Jets can come in there and beat them. That's 2-2. They go to the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to be a better team. I'm saying that's a loss. 2-3. They play the Chargers at home. I think that's a loss. 2-4. They go to Cleveland. I almost want to say that's a loss if it's under 40 degrees, but I'll give them the win. They go to Atlanta. That's probably a loss. That's 5. They play the Ravens at home. That's a loss. That's 6 losses. Buffalo comes to town. Let's just say they split with Buffalo. I'm still at 6 losses. The Commanders come to town. That's a loss. They play the Saints at home. That's a win. They go to the Jets. That's a loss. They go to Pittsburgh. That's a loss. I'm already at 9. Then the Bengals come to town. That's a loss. That's 10 losses. And then the Buccaneers come to town. That's 11 losses. I got the Dolphins at 6. No, I'm sorry. Then they still got to play the Patriots at home. That's 12 losses. I got the Dolphins at 5-12. I'm sorry, Dolphin fans. I cannot find enough wins there. Maybe they beat the Falcons in Atlanta. Maybe they beat the Commanders at home. Even if so, that's only 7 wins. Maybe they beat the Browns in Cleveland if it's a sunny day and it's actually 50 degrees. But it's October 19th. It usually gets cold in Ohio pretty quick. Even if they can win 7 or 8 games, they're not making the playoffs. But I think they'll be at the bottom. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. I've got the Bills coming in at number 1 at 12-5. I've got the surprising Jets coming in at number 2 at 10-7. I have the Patriots coming in right behind them at 9-8, and then the Dolphins at the bottom at 5-12. Let me read a few comments before I get to the NFC East, and y'all can let me have it because I know a lot of you are not going to agree. Barnacle said, no, man, my Pats Oh, he is a Patriots. Okay. My Pats are at second with 8 and 9. I really hate the Jets. Laughing my butt off. I can see them winning 5 games. We can disagree, though. Justin Fields, if their games are close, he got to step up. There will be some close games. But if there's games where he can use his legs instead of his arms, they can hold on. Now, when he has to use his arms, they won't win them. But this is the season where Justin Fields has to show us that he can do that. Let's just see. Let's see. I think this is the best chance or opportunity he has, though, because there is some good chemistry there. There is maybe a lack of continuity, but at least there's going to be a fundamentally sound team that's going to be well coached. And there's no drama this offseason. They're under the radar. Nobody expects Super Bowl or AFC championship aspirations. Smitty G said the Niners will be last in the NFC West for sure. That's a cowboy just talking shit. B. Wayne, and you're wrong. That's y'all that's going to be last. B. Wayne says, Smitty, have you seen the Niners schedule? He hasn't. He doesn't care. He just wants to hate. He said my team ain't going to be good. So I'm going to say his team going to be bad too. That's all that is. It's okay, Smitty. You're going to get the number 1 pick, Arch Manning, if he turns it around, which I'm sure he will. It's all set up in the cards. Just like Nico Harrison got Cooper Flagg, Jerry Jones is going to get his man too. But in order to do that, you're going to have to be at the bottom of the barrel. And I think that you all will be bottom feeders of the NFC East. And I'm about to get to it in 1 second. You just wait 1 damn minute, Smitty. If you don't want to hear it, you better get up out of here. What's up to Trent88? What's up to Jen? Hey, she's back. She said the Niners will not be last at all. You got that right. That's just a cowgirl in there hating. That's all. He's just a cowgirl hating. Thank you for the comment, Jen, and happy Labor Day to you. Good to see you. Donnie Ford in the building. Jen, thank you for the gifted badge. Good morning to you, Jen. Thank you. Same to you. The owner says the Niners are going 12-5. Bang, bang. The owner. Bang, bang, Niner gang. He also says, what's up to Dustin? Donnie Ford said, who you talking about? AFC East. And now I'm about to get into the NFC East. Just listen to me, Donnie. Wish Tony Dungy could coach again. Me too. Well, why can't he? He probably just doesn't want to. Yeah, I was a fan of Donnie Ford. I was a fan of Tony Dungy, Donnie Ford. You are giving the Bengals way too much credit. I like how he spelled it, the Bengals. They have done nothing since that 1 year. You're not wrong. That's the reason why I think they're going to do something this year. Thank you for the comment, though, Dr. Kiwi716. Hey, man, look, that's the unpredictable part about football. The fact that they haven't done anything tells me that, look, they got to do something or Zach Taylor is fired, cooked. But y'all don't see it in Joe Burrow's eyes? Y'all don't see it in Jamar Chase's eyes? I don't think they're going to be bullshitting this year, man. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals are back in the AFC Championship game. Now, that all depends on Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes. What y'all going to do? But Joe Burrow is like, hey, y'all had y'all time. Since the last time I was here, y'all still ain't won that bitch yet. Get out the way. You blew it. That's what I think they're going to be on this year. And the preseason showed me that. If they were that aggressive in the preseason, what the fuck you think they're going to do in September? They hear the whispers about how slow they've been in September. I think they go 3-0 this month. But I'll do the AFC North and the NFC North on Wednesday. Okay. Gator in the building. Donnie Ford said the Giants are going to be better than folks realize. I'm about to tell you right in a minute what they're going to be. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch that dial. Gator said, yo, what up with you, Gator? Dyson says, go Birds. Go Grizz. Okay. Thank you, Dyson. Packers going to beat the Cowgirls. Yeah, that's right, Frank. Bang, bang, Niner game. Says number 2. Frank says pack attack. Talk about Shadur Sanders. Why? Pipe God. What is it to talk about? What is it to talk about? Whenever he plays, he's going to make the most of his opportunities. Whenever that is. Yep. How did Arch do on Saturday? Cody Mayer says, go Pack, go. The Packers are showing up, y'all. All right, Niners, the Packers are showing up. Anybody smell cheese? Bunch of haters in here, always. I hate the Steelers. I read that one already. Biggest Cards 100. Thank you for joining me in the building. Derek and Bijan. Bijan Robinson. How's he going to do this year? Who's winning more games realistically, the Browns or the Titans? The Titans, in my opinion. Sunday Night Football is back. Let's go. Thank you, Nick Carter. Boy in the building. Hating. Philadelphia Thursday Night Execution, says Brian. What's up, Brian? Welcome back. Cowboys 10-7, question mark? No. Ramiro Rodriguez, I don't think so. I wanted to give him that, but nah, I'll watch the schedule and it just depends on how good that offense is. But how many shootouts do you think Dak Prescott is going to win? Or how good do you think the defense is going to be? That I don't know. Thank you for the rose, Brian. Tampa. It's hard to say because I think the offense will be top 10, top 5 for the first few weeks of the season maybe. But the defense, I don't know what to expect. Now, Deron Bland got paid. He's good. Trey Diggs is back healthy. He's good. Kenny Clark is on the D-line now. He's still good. I don't care what anybody says. But they do lack some pass rush now that Micah Parsons is gone. I know that ain't saying much because Micah don't show up every week. I just don't know. I'm about to let you know in a minute, though, with these records. I just got a pretty rare Puma Jeff Garcia jersey from the flea market. Says Donkey Kong. Got you. Jeff Garcia, huh? If you think the Bengals are beating us, you're using your own supply, says Dr. Kiwi. Who is us? Who is us? Danny Bailey in the building. Let's hear your perception on my Cowboys. It's coming, it's coming. Calm down, y'all. If I stop reading the comments, I'll be able to tell you. How about I just do that then? I'm being rushed, y'all. Let me get to it. Let me hurry the fuck up, boss. Eyes a hurry. Eyes will give you the schedule right now, boss, massa. Let me do that right now. Okay, NFC East. I ain't even going to explain why. Since y'all in such a hurry and you want to know what? You want to know why? Here it is. NFC East. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where we at? Where we at here? Hey, did you hear about Florida State had a linebacker that got shot? The school says Ethan Pritchard is in critical but stable condition. Damn. What a hell of a party. He got shot Saturday night after the upset win over Alabama. Prayers to him. Projecting the college football top 12. Who's going to be the top seed in college? Miami, Florida State on the rise. Where will Texas land now? Those are some more things that we need to get into. All right, NFC East. For 20 years in a row, there's been a different team winning that division every year. But there's this thing that I used to follow. I don't really follow it anymore. It's called gematria. Gematria is, Jen laughing at me. I'm trying to hurry up and get this for my master. Master wants me to hurry up. But yeah, there's this thing in the NFC East. I mean, there's this thing called gematria. If you look it up or Google it, it's like this geometry of numbers and games. And it's said to be by a few people in this book that I read some years ago where it possibly could have the whole script as to how they play these games and how the outcomes of these games come in if you gamble and if you bet and things like that, like the number 7. If you ever watch an ESPN or FS1, you look at the bottom of the screen, you see these teams always winning and losing after 7-game winning streaks or 7-game losing streaks. The Yankees just, I think, lost the other day, yesterday, and they snapped the 7-game losing streak. That always happens. And then there's another thing with the gematria numbers that always got me. 201. It's this Jesuit number, the Catholics and the Jesuits or whatever. This is some stuff that I ain't even trying to go down that deep rabbit hole right now. But sometimes I think that gematria stuff really does exist. So right now, 201 is a big number in gematria. And I think the Illuminatis of the world use this number a lot. 20 right now is where the NFC East sits. If any of this is true, y'all take this with a grain of salt. I know y'all saying, get to the point. This brother crazy. I'm not. I am, but still. If that streak ends at 20, then that means it would make it 20-1. That would be 201. And 201 is a big number. For 20 years straight, there's always been a different team win the NFC East. So what I'm trying to say is, I think finally this year, that changes. That stops. We're not going to have a different team win the NFC East this season. I think it will still be the Philadelphia Eagles, and that would make it 20-1, where we finally would have some consistency in the NFC East. And even if that's all bullshit, do you really think somebody's taking the NFC East crown from the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending champions, the most disrespected champions in quite some time? I know you like that, Brian. I know you do. I'll keep it real, man. Even as a Niner fan, we talked so much last year about, can the Chiefs three-peat? Can the Chiefs three-peat? When is Taylor Swift going to marry Travis Kelce? When is Taylor Swift going to get an album out? I want to see Taylor Swift. Oh, yeah, there's Taylor. Who gives a fuck? But that's all they talked about last year. Three-peat, three-peat, three-peat. It never happened. Not once have you heard anybody in mainstream media ask the question, are the Eagles going to repeat? And if you have, they didn't talk about it long. All I've heard is Jalen Hurts ain't this. Jalen Hurts ain't that. Somebody on Twitter yesterday posted throws that Justin Herbert made and said, you can't tell me that Jalen Hurts can make the throws that Justin Herbert is making. I'm like, bro, what the hell does that have to do with anything? Hurts is a Super Bowl MVP. Justin Herbert still hasn't won a playoff game yet. So yes, he's a talented player. He can make some tight throws and tight windows, but all of that shit is out the window when it matters. And I like to focus on quarterbacks that do it when it matters, when it counts. Yeah, Joe Burrow's been down and out for a few years, but boy, you don't want his ass back in the postseason, no. Clutch. That's why you don't want him there. Jalen Hurts, clutch. Saquon Barkley, unless he's bitten by the Madden curse, I do not think the Eagles are going anywhere. Now, I ain't saying they're going to repeat, but I'm saying they're going to repeat the NFC East. I looked at the schedule. It's not 12, 13, 14 wins. I'm not going to do that. I'm realistic. I think the Eagles are going to go 11-6, though, and I think that's still enough to win the division. I'm not even going to go over the schedule because I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because people are in a hurry. I got the Eagles at number 1, 11-6. Behind them, I have the Commanders finishing at 10-7. It's very tight, and I think it comes down to that Week 18 game, Washington at Philadelphia, but it's at Philly, and I think that will be the deciding factor on who wins the division. Give me the Eagles at 1, the Commanders at 2 at 10-7. I know some people are thinking the Commanders are going to win 12, 13 games. Well, I saw the schedule. It ain't going to be that easy. It's not. Give me 10-7 for them. Number 3. Everybody said the Cowboys were going to be number 3 with Micah Parsons. So it doesn't matter if they're number 3 or 4 without him. Now, I probably do need to pull up the schedule so I can explain where I'm headed to next. Number 3. I've got the New York Football Giants. And again, y'all, if JD5 has a sophomore surge, this could easily be the Giants at 2 and the Commanders at 3. But I'm not going to go that far and make a prediction that bold, basically because, well, I like JD5 and he's a bad MFer, okay? Let me go over the Giants' schedule real quick and I'm going to explain why I have them number 3. For one, I think this is going to be the year that the Giants let everybody know we're coming, okay? But if they overachieve, this is going to be the year that everybody say, oh shit, the Giants have arrived. Realistically, I think the New York Giants, Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter, just those 3 guys alone. The pass rush is going to be there. Russell Wilson may not be the starting quarterback by week 4, week 5. Jackson Dart is going to push the ball down the field. Brian Dable is playing for his job. I don't know. Daniel Jones is finally gone. They had to get rid of Saquon Barkley to fix the offensive line. Dummies. But it's fixed now. Watch out for the New York Giants. Week 1, they go to Washington to play the Commanders. Now, while I don't think they win that game, that's a trap game, though, for the Commanders because everybody's going to bet on Washington. And this is why I tell you this shit is rigged. If the house sees that they can pull everybody's money, trust me, they're going to pull everybody's money. So when they're wearing those headsets and they're talking, you know, and they're reading the plays, and they're doing this, and they're saying, they're really saying, hey, Saquon, I don't need you to get any more carries because you're about 10 yards away from breaking the house, from shutting down all the sports books. And that's why he gets stuck at 93 yards and you had him getting 100 plus. When you see things like, hey, JD5, I don't need you, or Debo, you got 75 yards overall for Debo. He's got about 55 rushing. He's got about 20, you know what I'm saying, receiving. He doesn't get the ball anymore. They're not talking about what to do on third down. They're saying, hey, man, don't call that play because, shit, we're going to have to give like $1 million out of ESPN Sportsbook, or the casino's going to shut down if this man gets 7 more yards. That's what they be talking about. So, watch out for the Washington Commanders at home week 1 against the Giants. That could be a trap. But even if Washington wins that game, let's say the Giants do lose, they go to Dallas week 2. That could be a win. Let's just say they lose that game too. All right, realistically, let's say the Giants are 0-2. I got a trap game at home. Their first home game, they play the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs will probably be 2-0 by then. Nobody will think the Chiefs will lose. And watch them go in there and watch Patrick Mahomes feel like it's the Super Bowl all over again. Dexter Lawrence, Burns, Thibodeau, Abdul Carter. Oh shit, everybody's coming everywhere. That may be a trap game, and it's prime time, Sunday Night Football. Give me the Giants to get their first win of the season against the Chiefs. Then they go home and play the Chargers. Yeah, that may be a loss. They play the Saints, and they go to New Orleans and play the Saints. I think they beat them. So let's just say they already got 3 losses. They'll beat the Saints. They come home and play the Eagles. That's a loss. They play the Broncos. That's a loss. I think that No, I'm sorry. They'll beat the Eagles the first time at home. Then they'll lose to them October 26th on the road. That's still 5 losses. The Niners come to town. I'm going to say that's 6 losses. They go to Chicago. I think they can beat the Bears. That's a win. They play the Packers at home. I think they can beat the Packers at home. That's a win. They go to Detroit. That's a loss. The Patriots, remember I told y'all I got them upsetting the Patriots. I think they win that game. So we're still at 7 losses. And they've got the Commanders at home. That's a win. They got the Vikings at home. I think they can win that one. This is when I think the Giants get on a roll toward the end of the season. They go to the Raiders to play the Raiders. I think that's a win. And then they come back home to finish the season against the Cowboys. I think that's a win too. That's only 7 losses. So, realistically, let's just say, yeah, I think they beat the Cowboys. No, they probably won't beat the Vikings. I don't know where the Vikings will be at right now. They've got them at 8.5. I think they're tempting everybody to bet over for the Vikings with the wins, even though it's hard not to bet the Vikings going over. But December the 21st, yeah, I think they beat the Vikings. I think they beat the Patriots. Maybe they lose to the Packers. That'll be 8 losses. I already said they'll lose to my Niners, the Broncos, the Chargers. I think the Giants can win 8-9 games, y'all. I really do. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if they win week 1, but I'm going to say they start off 0-2. Then they get the surprise upset win against the Chiefs. At home, they can beat the Chargers. They can beat the Saints. They can beat the Eagles at home. They lose to the Broncos. They lose in Philly. I think they lose at home to my Niners, I think, but they could probably beat my Niners. It depends on what our O-line looks like. I think they can win at Chicago. I'll say that they lose to the Packers when the Packers come to town. It's a cold game, but that don't bother the Packers at all. They'll lose to the Lions. I think they beat the Patriots. That's 6 wins. They can beat the Commanders at home and split. That's 7. I think they can beat the Raiders. That's 8. They beat the... Y'all, the Giants can win 8. The Giants could be somewhere from 8-9 or 10-7. So I don't know if they're going to win 8, 9, or 10 because some of these are up in the air. I know y'all calling me crazy right now. I probably lost most of y'all. Actually, I did. Okay, good. I didn't get canceled. Y'all, I can see the Giants winning 8 or 9. And I know it's kind of kind of unhinged, and it's a bold prediction to say that they can win 10. But for some reason, I just feel like this is going to be the year that Daniel Jones got that contract and took the Giants to the wild card game, and they upset the Vikings in Minnesota. I can see the Giants winning 8, 9, 10 games. Either way, I got them at number 3. Why? Because I got to give you the Dallas Cowboys schedule. Let me hurry up and do this, and then I'm going to read and see what y'all have to say about what I'm saying. Let's see if these Cowboys are still here. You ain't going to like this shit. You ain't going to like this shit at all. But I'm telling you now, I got Jerry Jones back. It's a theory that I got here. You just got to see the whole end of the story, okay? You can't turn the movie during the first scene. You got to watch the whole movie through, Cowboy fans. It's going to work out in your favor, just not in 2025, okay? You're going to do the same thing that the Dallas Mavericks did. That's my theory. Nico Harrison would not have traded, I'm saying this shit for a reason. Nico Harrison would have not traded Luka Doncic to the Lakers if he didn't already get that promise. You're going to get the number 1 draft pick. You're going to get the lottery pick. And y'all told me that shit was rigged. And you can't tell me the lottery pick is rigged, but nothing else is. That doesn't make sense. Okay? What if Jerry Jones already has been told you're going to get the number 1 pick in the 2026 NFL draft? Whether it be Arch Manning, whether it be a good tackle, whether it be the best linebacker or pass rusher in the league that's going to take Micah Parsons' spot, but he can stop the run and get to the quarterback. Whatever it may be, it's going to work out in the Cowboys' favor. But in order to get that pick, you got to be bad in order to be good. And that's what we've been saying so long about the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers at some point need to stop being mediocre. They've got to be bad in order to be good. The Cowboys are going to do it right here. Reason being, week 1, Thursday night. We're just 72 hours away. They're going to get their ass handed to them in Philly. 0-1. Week 2, they go home to play the Giants. I would not be surprised if they lose that one. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to say they win that one because they could probably win the shootout. So I'll say they'll win that one because the Cowboys can win some shootouts. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, that ain't going to be no chopped liver now. Ferguson at tight end, Miles Sanders now in the backfield. I'm going to give them credit. Let's say they're 1-1. They go to Chicago. I don't know what to think of Ben Johnson. I don't. But y'all tell me they're going to be better. And it's going to be freezing probably already, even though that's week 3, September 21st. I'm going to say that's a loss. The Bears beat them in Soldier Field. And then week 4, Sunday night. I've been waiting all day for a Sunday night. Prime time. Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers come in the AT&T Stadium. Y'all know that's a loss, right? You just know it is. Even though I still think Jerry Jones did right to let that dude walk because he's overrated. And now, thanks to Green Bay, Micah Parsons is overpaid. But I'm going with the Green Bay Packers to win that game. That's another loss for Dallas. Week 4, they go to New York to play the Jets at MetLife. That's a loss. I think the Jets will play defense. I think they'll ground and pound with that offense. I don't think the Cowboys can stop the bleeding. It'll be close, but give me the Jets. That's another loss. They go to Carolina. I think Bryce Young and the Panthers are going to be much better. You don't believe me? Stay tuned tomorrow when I do the NFC and AFC South. I think that's a loss. Wait a minute. How many losses have I had here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think they lose to the Panthers. That's 5 losses already. Then they go back home and play the Commanders. That's a loss. They go to Denver. That's a loss. They come home to the Cardinals. They win that. They go to the Raiders. They may win that. They go to the Raiders in Vegas. I think they win that. Then they come home to the Eagles. That's a loss. They stay home and play the Chiefs. That's a loss. They go to Detroit. That's a loss. They go home to play the Vikings. That's another loss. That's 11 losses right there. The Chargers come to town. That's 12 losses. I'm running out of fingers here. They go to Washington on Christmas Day. The season's about over with. Maybe they win that game, but nah, that's a loss. And then they go to the Giants. That's probably another loss. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 losses? Let me be a little bit more nicer. Maybe they do beat the Giants. No, that would mean that they would sweep them. That's a loss. I'm not changing that one. Maybe they split with the Commanders. All right? Maybe that's 13 losses. Maybe they can beat the Vikings at home. Let's cut it down to 12 losses. Either way, I still got at least 12 losses. 5-12, 4-13. That's probably one it's going to take if you want to pick in the top 3. Yep, you heard it. The Dallas Cowboys at the bottom of the NFC East. It's okay, Cowboy fans. Even if you go 4-13 or 5-12, you're going to get Arch Manning. You're going to get Arch Manning. If you think that's a good thing, I think it will be. He had one bad game. He'll be better. They're going to make sure of it. Because all this stuff is rigged. And he was overhyped. So to keep him from not looking overhyped and overrated, he's got to win some games here. I think he'll do more winning as your Cowboys will do more losing. And then you all will meet at the altar in your white dress or blue and white dress. Yeah, that's my prediction. Jerry Jones gets his guy. You got to be bad in order to be good. Give me the Eagles winning the division for the first time in 20 years. We have a team repeat as the NFC East winners, and that'll be that 2-0-1. 20-1 equals 201 in gematria. Y'all look up gematria and come back and holler at me and still see if you think Unc is crazy. All right, you heard it here first. Eagles 1, Commanders 2 at 10-7, Giants 3 at somewhere between 8-9 or 9-8, and the Cowboys at the bottom with 4 or 5 wins. I said what I motherfucking said. And I'm not saying it because I'm a Niner fan. A few weeks ago, I thought that the Cowboys were going to surprise everybody and they were going to win about 10 games and get back in the playoffs just like my Niners. As good as that offense is, y'all, I don't think it will win shootouts against a lot of these teams. Now, could they really beat the Bears and the Packers? Yeah, they could. And even if they do, that's still only 7 wins. Even if they beat the Jets on the road, that's still only 8 wins. And maybe they beat the Panthers too. Then that's 9 wins. And I still don't think that's enough because, again, they play the Commanders again. They go to Denver. They go to Las Vegas. Watch out for the Cardinal game, even though I gave them that win. They play the Eagles and the Chiefs back-to-back. The Lions after that, the Vikings, the Chargers, and the Commanders again. It's going to get bad toward the end of the stretch. The only chance the Cowboys have is to win some of those games in the middle, like the Bears, Packers, Jets, and Panthers. That month of September and October. That's going to be the make it or break it part for the Cowboys. I'm just going to go on a limb and say they're just going to lose all of them. Because that's just kind of what the Cowboys do, you know? That just sounds fitting. For everybody to laugh and pile on Jerry and say, key, ha, ha, ha. I told you lost that trade. And it's too early to still say that. Even if they do finish at the bottom of the division, it doesn't mean they lost that trade. Because I ain't done the NFC North yet. And I have not told you all what the Packers' record is going to be. But pull up the Packers' schedule. It doesn't look that much better. So let's not talk about who won the trade yet. Let's just talk about who wins. All right, let me read some comments. I'm done. But again, I did the AFC and the NFC East first because I thought those were the most predictable divisions in the league. Buffalo's going to win and the Eagles are going to win. And those two could be in the Super Bowl, to be honest with you. But we're not going to get that far just yet. Holler at me Thursday when I get you to the very end of the road. All right, let me read some comments. Let's see what y'all got to say. I know y'all don't agree with none of this shit. Thornton96, thank you for joining. John said, will the 49ers or Rams win the division? I really don't know. I'm going to talk about that this week, so you got to tune in. Subscribe to the Great Debate Show on YouTube. I ain't got that far yet. Big Friendly Network. I'm not getting a video. What do you mean? You go to YouTube, it's there. If you're watching me right now, are you not seeing me or something? I don't know what you mean, Big Friendly. Truth Seeker says, fire Kyle Scamahan. I like that one. Hey, Dre, he might got you. We've been saying Kyle no style. I like Kyle Scamahan, too. I think I've heard it before, but it's been a while. Unknown said, I got Purdy to throw for 220 yards. Yep, that means he'll throw for 217 yards, and you'll lose your parlay. And trust me, that's not you not knowing how to bet. That's them making sure you think you don't know how to bet. Who believes me, man? Who agrees with that? If you gamble, y'all know this shit ain't real, y'all. We is not finishing at the bottom of the division, SC Brooks. Okay, you're right, SC, I'm wrong. Jen said, at this point, I'm going to just sit back and read these comments. They can get hilarious, can't they, Jen? She's got her popcorn, too. I like it. Conroe Jenkins said it was a good trade. I agree. But just don't let this season, mess with your head. It's just, it doesn't mean like, people are going to say it's a bad trade if you don't make the playoffs. But we didn't have the Cowboys making the playoffs before the trade. That's all I'm saying. So what difference does it make if the Cowboys finish at 3 or 4 in that division? I don't think anyone thought they would finish in the top 2. Mainly because we don't know what to expect from the front 7. Even though I like the secondary, we don't know what to expect from the front 7. And they still can't really stop the run, can they? Okay. Conroe has the Cowboys at 10-7. Skip happens. Rams win the division. Buddy, we going at least 11 or 12 games. You mean wins? Going to win at least 11 or 12. Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. If that makes you feel better. Truth Seeker says our Niners aren't going to do nothing. You're not a Niner fan. You're a Seahawk. I know who Truth Seeker is. I think I know exactly who Truth Seeker is. Are you really a Niner? People are so slick and weird, man. Golly Man said, what's up, Niner family? You. Bang, bang, golly man. Jamie, thank you for joining me. John, do you think the Niners and Rams win the division? Same thing. Compare the Bengals offense and the Cowboys. Compare. The Bengals will still be better. But the Cowboys are definitely going to be good offensively. But they just can't win all those shootouts because as always, Dak will hold the Cowboys back. I've been saying that for 5 years strong, y'all. I should have trademarked that shit. John, thank you for following. Clinton tells me to stop smoking. No, I won't. Natasha says 49ers for life, baby. Bang, bang, Natasha. Dak, 33-8 against the NFC East. Yep, and he'll almost have 33 of those losses this year alone. Gang, that's a crazy prediction. It's just my prediction, that's all. We can agree to disagree. I love when people think the Niners are delusional, but the comments point out delusion. At its finest, Jen. At its finest. What are you smoking? You need to stop. Ice cream cake. You want some? Thank you for the comment, Clinton. 49ers for life, baby. That's right, Natasha. You saying that with a serious face. Yes, I am. Let me stop reading the same motherfuckers' comments. Get out of your feelings. If I'm wrong, just let me be wrong. It's okay. You know what, though? Here's the difference between me and a lot of other people that you probably follow. Regardless of if I'm right or wrong, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here. I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here to say I was right. I'll be here to say I was wrong. Can't say that about most. What's up, totally not Kai? He's laughing, says shit happens. Denver Broncos win the championship. Hey, man, that could happen. Thank you for the comment, Ship. You know, the last time the Broncos won the Super Bowl, it was in Levi Stadium. Super Bowl 50. This year, Super Bowl 60 is in Levi Stadium. Okay. 14 losses sounds funny right now until it's actually 14 losses, right? Y'all, I'm the same person that said the Dallas Cowboys were going to beat Tom Brady in the playoffs a few years back. I'm the same guy that said that my Niners were going to have a Super Bowl hangover and the Rams were going to win the NFC West last year. You all just ain't been watching. Y'all just now finding Uncle JJ here at the Great Debate Show. So keep cool it with your biased comments and me saying I'm a hater and all that, man. Look, that ain't necessary. I'm saying it the way I see it. And I'm not trying to be obnoxious, but I am right more than you are. That's why I do this. I'm right a lot more than I'm wrong. If you just keep watching and follow, you'll see that too for yourself. You know, you will. YouTube knows. I get some of this stuff right, man. Yep, they forced me to do this. I didn't want to do this. But they said, you're good, And I said, yeah, I am. And so here I am, and I'm doing it. It sounds funny right now. You know, it sounds funny now because you think your team is going to be 10-7, but you're thinking with emotions. I'm not, you are. I'm looking at the schedule, and I just gave you the schedule, okay? So you're telling me you're going to beat the Eagles twice? You're telling me you're going to split with the Eagles? You're telling me you're going to beat the Packers? You're going to, huh? I'll give you the Jets, Bears, Panthers, I'll give you that. You're going to go to Denver and win in Mile High? Huh? Are you? Okay. You're going to beat the Detroit Lions in Detroit? You're going to beat the Vikings? You're going to beat the Chargers? You're going to beat the Chiefs? Okay. Sure you are. All right. Okay, y'all. I'm done. They probably do beat the Jets, but I doubt it. And I say that because it's on the road. And October the 5th is already going to be pretty chilly in New York. The Jets are going to play defense. They're going to run the ball, and that's your weakness. You can't stop the run. Against my window, I can't stop the run. You can't. Hey, man, that's just my 2 cents. Are you going to split with the Commanders? Maybe you'll do that. I don't think you can beat the Panthers. Tomorrow I'll tell you why. Because I'm doing the NFC South, and I think Bryce Young, and I think that rookie T. McMillan, whatever his name is, and those guys, I think they're going to be better than what people think. Okay? I do. All right, y'all, I'm done. That's enough for me. I'm getting close to that 90-minute mark. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody. I just told you the Bills will win the AFC East, as if no one didn't know that already. I just told you the Eagles will win the NFC East, as if you didn't know that already. The only reason why that's kind of a shocker is because no one wins the NFC East in back-to-back years. I think this will be the year that stops. Y'all can keep on laughing at me. Y'all can keep laughing. Cash in the Money in the Bank. Yeah. Maybe. Wrestlepalooza. We'll save it for Wrestlepalooza. Here's one reason why we know Seth Rollins is going to have a title all the way up until WrestleMania. There's no more Money in the Bank briefcases. Everybody's cashed them in already. So, and he's got the faction. And he's got his wife, Becky Lynch. How did y'all feel about Clash in Paris last night? Monday Night Raw today. Is it going to be at an early start time? They're still in Paris, or are they went back to the United States? I'm not sure. But I'll be back for Monday Night Raw post show as usual. If not, it'll be because I got busy. I know I got to take my daughter back to college. You know, a lot of y'all are probably on the road, checked out of your hotels, and you're headed home or whatever. I hope y'all be safe with whatever you're doing today, and I hope you have a blessed and safe, happy Labor Day. It's been a great weekend. We needed those 3 days, and we're back at it, y'all. Tomorrow, NFC and AFC South. I've got some surprises for you. Then again, maybe not. You got to tune in and find out. Tampa Bay, we pick Tampa Bay every freaking year. Tune in tomorrow to see if I pick them again. All right, I'm sorry. I got some people on YouTube. Bailey Breakdown, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get up out of here, but B. Wayne said, loving the Jets. Hell no with Arthur Smith. Thank you, Brandon B. They are not beating the Cowboys. Stop it. That's CG Hayden. Barnacle. No, man, my Pats are 8-9. Oh, I read that one too. Niners will be last in the division. That's Smitty G. Cowboy Hayden. B. Wayne said, clearly you haven't seen our schedule. He hasn't. Jake, what's up, man? He said NFC South tomorrow, Jake. Tomorrow. Bailey Breakdown is back in the building on YouTube. He says, hot take. The Bengals will win the AFC North. The Broncos will win the AFC West. The Falcons will win the NFC South. Okay, Bailey. Okay. None of that sounds too far-fetched either. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, the Ravens, I just can't see them losing the North because I think I see 12, 13 wins on their schedule easily. But the Bengals don't have to win the North to go further than the Ravens or other teams. And I think that this will kind of be similar to 2021. when it comes to the Bengals. Adam came in and said, I predict Flacco gets injured week 1. Damn. Damn, brother. That's some bad news there, man. He says, I predict Flacco gets injured week 1. It's a rarity that a 40-year-old quarterback lasts in the NFL. Well, you're right about that. It is rare. But week 1? Well, maybe we get to see DG, old Dylan Gabriel, a lot sooner, according to Adam. He also says that running back that the Giants picked up from Arizona State is a bad effort. You're talking about Scatterbo. Yeah, and that's the reason why I got the Giants finishing third, in the NFC East. And that depends on if the Commanders don't fall back. But I like JD5 so much, and I like what my boy's doing over there, Adam Peters. I can't say that they're going to, fall back. But yeah, the Giants, by the time we get to the end of the season, we're going to say the Giants are going to be in the playoffs in 2026. That's what I predict. And you're right about Scatterbo. He's a little slow, though, but I think he is going to be pretty good. Physical runner, ground and pound. Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of those DBs, that front seven, man. I think he's going to really run through a lot of them. Look out for Scatterbo and look out for Amari and Hampton with the Chargers. Yes, that's right, Scatterbo, Adam. Bailey Breakdown said, to be honest, I think the Giants could win the division. Now, I won't go that far, Bailey, but I think 8, 9, or possibly 10 wins. I don't know where, but they're somewhere in their vicinity. I'm not just going to say 5 and 12, 6 and 11. Nope, I will not. I see 8, but that could be 9. It's all about those close games. Who can win the close games? Will it be Russell Wilson? Will it be Jackson Dart? That I don't know. But I think it'll be Jackson Dart sooner than later. And that's another reason why I think those wins are going to rise. No shade at Russell either, though. But he's about to get Russell Wilson. Remember what happened to him in Seattle when he got drafted? Matt Flynn got all that money. And then Russell Wilson was like, sorry about that. But yeah, they picked me, bro. I'm the starter. Yeah. It's okay, man. Hey, just take a load out. Chill. You paid. That's what happened. Now, Russell just got paid, but Jackson Dart is about to be Russell Wilson in that equation. It's going to be very good to see. It's a perfect script, too. And I think sometimes they actually write scripts. Shane Riley, welcome back, brother. He said, what did you think about WWE PLE last night? I didn't watch it, but everybody told me on here it was a B. They gave it about an A, about an 8, 8.5. Some even said a 9 out of 10. So I think it was a pretty good show. Outcome was pretty predictable. Everybody trashed the Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella match. I told you all that's not who should have been in that feud with Becky. It should have been a young talent, not a HOFer who really is not a HOFer. I hope we're done seeing Nikki Bella because she's the reason why everybody shitted on that match, according to what I saw on the internet. Thank you, though, Shane. It wasn't sure if you already talked about it. Sorry, you already did. It's okay, Shane. It's okay. That's why you subscribe to the Great Debate Show on YouTube. You can always go back and catch that video. It's on the channel. Just go to the live section and you're going to see so many of them. So many of those videos. You can't miss out, but you got to subscribe. Jake, thank you. He said hi to you. B. Wayne said talk that talk. All right, that's what I do, man. The way that Roman Reigns got beat down after he won that because he's getting ready for the movie, Street Fighter, September 2nd to September 27th. He starts filming tomorrow. Yeah, you knew they were going to do it. That's getting old, though, in my opinion, y'all. Okay? If y'all stop giving Roman that pop when he comes back, they will have to figure out something else. Roman cannot continue to do this every 3 months. Leave, go away for a few months, come back, And then eventually the fans are going to say, all right, man, how long are you going to be here this time? Because he's not going to be there long. I think the Niners are going to win 13 games. We play the Seahawks, that's a win. We play the Browns, that's a win. I think we lose that game. We're splitting with the Rams and we're sweeping the Cardinals. I know why you're saying that Cleveland game was a loss because Brock Purdy seems to always screw things up when there's cold weather, wind, or precipitation. And I mean any precipitation. I don't remember exactly when we play Cleveland. I think it's in October, as always. And it just depends on if it's above 40 or not. But I like your realistic opinion. Thank you for the comment, Bailey. 13 games, I think you're being a little bit too optimistic, but I would take it if it happened. What's up, Keith Inman in the building? He said the great debater is live. I am. Say my name and I arrive. Like Joe Hendry. He also said, welcome to the show, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. Nobody's going to do it, but I still appreciate you for saying it. I'm trying, man. Our first 2 games are on the road against the Seahawks and the Saints. We will win both. Yeah, you know what? Before all these injuries, I had us starting the season 4-0. Honestly. I'm not so sure about that now. The Seahawks are telling me they're going to kick our ass. I mean, they're really going to kick our ass. Do you believe them? They've been telling me that for about a month now. Jaguars at home. We may lose to the Rams. We'll lose to the Rams and maybe win against the Bucks, Falcons, and the Giants. I think we lose to the Bucks. I think we beat the Falcons. And I got to see my O-line first the first few weeks before I say about that Giants game. We should win it, but let me see the line first. The Giants pass rush and that D-line is going to be scarier than what people think, y'all. And that's why I say week 1, Giants at Commanders. That's going to be a trap game for Washington. Everybody's going to bet Washington. I'll probably take the plus. Okay. I'm done. Oh, there's some more Seattle people. Our defense will do its thing against Seattle. It's all on our offense, to be honest. I don't know, man. I'm more worried about the defensive line than I am the offense. Mainly because we've got 2 running backs now, and I think B-Rob is going to take a load off of CMC early. I want to see CMC in a slot more. I think we're going to run down their throat if we can block. I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about the Seahawks D-line against our I'm worried about the Seahawks O-line against our D-line. If it's improved and we're young and still wet behind the ears and very inexperienced, I don't know. I think they're going to try to run at us. Clint Kubiak is there now, which is nothing to be scared of because that means Seattle's going to run our offense, and nobody can really run our offense better than us. However, if we can't get any penetration, if we can't, get any push, we're going to get pushed back. CJ West, I think he's going to be a stud. Alfred Collins, it's going to take a minute. Michael Williams, hadn't seen him play yet in the preseason, but if those guys progress, Bosa's going to have a double-digit sack year. He's going to do this to try to get that money, that raise. I hate to bring this up, but y'all know Micah Parsons has stirred the pot, and I know Nick Bosa is saying, 47 million, shit, I want at least 45. All right, 18 sacks, here we come. 15, 16, 17 sacks, here we come. He's going to be playing his ass off if that D-line can help out. That's the only time he's really good, though, when the D-line is better around him. That's not supposed to be the case, though. If you're good, you're supposed to just be good. I don't care how much they double-team you. But y'all know I'm not the biggest Bosa fan. But I hope he does what he has to do. He plays for my team. And I hope you're right with your comments. Thank you so much, y'all, for joining me. What's up, Blazed Up? Our D-line is young. I hope Bosa is coaching them up. I hear he is. We'll see, Blazed Up. I like that name. Everybody thinks I'm blazed up this morning after my predictions. Aaron Knows Sneakers says something tells me we can beat the Rams week 5. Something tells me we can too, especially if Matt Stafford is still dealing with that back injury and if he's not playing. If Jimmy Garoppolo is the QB2, the Rams, you're in trouble. Because I don't think Stafford is as healthy as they're saying he is. Now, if he is, the Rams could be in the NFC Championship game. I'm not going to sit up here and say the Rams are slop or they're garbage. They're not. But I do think Devontae Adams has already passed his prime. I think people are giving him way more credit than they should. What happened to him and Aaron Rodgers in New York last year? All of that hype for nothing. He didn't do a thing. And now he's playing with another old quarterback who's going to miss a few games here and there, let's be honest. I know Puka Nacua is a bad boy. Tutu Atwell, they're good, but Kyron Williams got paid, so we know he won't play as good as he has been playing because he's gotten his money. Y'all, I'm going to leave it at this. What about Jawan Jennings? Today is the day I think we find out if he is going to, be on that 53-man or he's going to have to get put on the IR. This season got to be Pearsall's breakout season, man. It will be. And he's faster than I thought. I told y'all that he ain't that fast. He looks kind of slow, but he's got more wiggle than I thought. You know, when he's lined up, he can get by if you don't jam him. The only thing I don't like about Pearsall is if you put your hands on him, it's over with. You've already fucked that route up. Go back to the huddle. Let's try it over again. If he can work on that and get better, yeah, sky's the limit. Because I seen, and I know it was against the Raiders, but I think the Purdy to Pearsall connection is going to be a lot better than what people think. And it's going to work out in our favor. Because when D-Rob comes back, he'll be trying to prove something. If JJ does show up, he'll be trying to prove something. It'll all be jealousy that Pearsall is taking all of our snaps, taking all of our targets. BA's going to come back jealous with a chip on his shoulder. Like, oh, so you think you number one, huh? Man, give me the ball. Everybody's going to be trying to outplay another, and that's a good recipe for success. I think we're going to be fine if we can just weather the storm for the first 4 weeks. I want to thank the Niner Empire for coming in here on TikTok and YouTube. I'm getting more and more Niners coming in here by the day. I appreciate it. We're growing by the week. I know y'all got a lot of Niners that y'all follow. I have high respect to a lot of people that follow the Niners. Some of them are overly optimistic. Some of them are overly negative. I would like to think I'm somewhere in between. Whatever it is that I'm doing, you all must like it. And I just want to say thank you. I really do appreciate it. Jen, Blazed Up, all of y'all, man. Thank y'all so much. Bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang. What's up to Just Dad says, what? Just Dad with a comb says, I think we can go 14-2. Now, see, that's the over-optimistic part I'm talking about. I hope you're right, but I doubt that. I think we lose the Cleveland game. We always have bad games against bad teams. That is true. But when we lose those bad games against bad teams, we usually go to the Super Bowl. Never fails. I can remember one year in St. Louis. We used to go to St. Louis every year before the Rams left back to L.A. We lost an overtime game. Colin Kaepernick, Vernon Davis, Patrick Willis, Navarre Bowman. Oh, man, Harbaugh had a team. What a squad. Anyway, we get outside of Edward Jones Dome, and a Rams fan came to me. They were so nice and humble. They were trash, but they beat us in overtime. Jeff Fisher, good old Jeff Fisher. And he said, man, you guys are really good, but you got to stop losing to shitty teams. And I said, you're right, man. Thank you. We didn't lose another game, I think, the rest of the regular season. We went on to the playoffs. Kaepernick snapped out. We went to the Super Bowl, and, of course, we lost to the Ravens. But that's neither here nor there. Usually when we lose to bad teams, though, and we're actually kind of good, we go a lot further. So I just wanted to say that. Matt Milano is the GOAT. Matt Milano. Linebacker? Krispy Kreme 24. Or do you mean Matt Mayoko? If we're talking 49er people or reporters, I'm not sure. But anyway, he was talking to Matt Milano. Who is Matt Milano? Here he is. Matt Milano is the GOAT. That's his real name. Thank you. I would have been mad as okay. I don't know what they're talking about there. They stayed in Paris. It starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. Oh, shit. 2 p.m. Eastern? That's in 6 minutes. Well, damn, I got some Monday Night Raw to watch. I'll see y'all in about 2.5 hours. Let me get out of here until we hit again. Y'all be safe. And again, I'll be back for Raw in a couple of hours. And tomorrow, AFC, NFC South. Cam Ward. What is he going to do? Rookie of the year? Huh? Anyone? NFC South. Bryce Young? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, we'll see. Houston Texans. Everybody's got them in the AFC Championship game. Some people say they're going to fall off. Some people want to put Trevor Lawrence at the top. They think he's back. He better be. We'll talk about it. If you follow me for my wrestling, I'll be back in a couple of hours. Let me check out this Raw show then. Thank you for letting me know that too. Damn, who told me that? Krispy Kreme? Thank you, man. Thank you for that. Because I really didn't know. 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Well, it's almost 2 p.m. Eastern right now. So thank y'all. What do you think about the Niners this year? NFC West is coming. Thursday. It's coming Thursday. I'm going to hold you. I don't mean to hold you, but I got to hold you on that one. Everyone praying on Flacco's downfall. Not me. Somebody said that on YouTube that he's going to get hurt. But he is 40. But I'm not hoping he gets hurt week 1. How about the NFC West? Thursday, KG. Giants win the NFC East. Hear me out. I would like to hear that change. I would, but I gotta go right now. Okay, Monday Night Raw. Let me get to it then if it's about to come on. Y'all be safe, and we'll be back in a couple of hours, okay? In a couple of hours. Whether you're on the road or whether you're at home eating barbecue, come on, and make sure you save a plate for your uncle, okay? Put a plate up for me, okay? We'll be back. Until then, yeet. I'll holla.